He was mocked, ignored, and powerless. But in a single moment, he awakened a magic humanity was never meant to wield. Aero walked the halls of the academy like a ghost. He had no friends, no confidence, and not even a flicker of magical talent. During practice, other students would laugh as he struggled to perform even the most basic spells. A tiny flame would sputter in his hands for a second, then die out. It was pathetic, but what they didn't know, what no one knew, was the truth. Aero wasn't weak. He was hiding something terrifying. He possessed a forbidden ability, the power to copy any magic he sees perfectly. But there was a terrible price. Every time he used it, it tore away a piece of his life, chipping away at his very existence. He was trapped in a silent battle, caught between the pain of being invisible and the certainty of death. He chose invisibility. For now, every night, under the cold moonlight, Aero would sneak into the academy's abandoned courtyard. From the shadows, he watched the other students practice their spells, his eyes sharp and focused. Then, in complete silence, he would replicate their magic with an unnatural, terrifying precision. Fireballs exploded without a sound. Shards of ice formed in the air and melted away. Blades of wind sliced through the darkness. He mirrored every spell effortlessly, like a living magical camera, a perfect reflection of their power. But he never, ever performed these feats during class. The academy had one rule, one warning burned into the mind of every student. Copy magic is forbidden. Those who use it don't survive long. Aero would clutch his chest, his breath coming in ragged gasps. He knew they were right. He could feel the toll it took on him, a creeping coldness that lingered long after the magic faded. Suddenly, a crack of thunder split the sky, but it wasn't a storm. It was a portal, a jagged tear in the fabric of reality ripping open above the academy. A colossal shadow beast descended, its form shifting and unstable, dripping with pure void energy. The teachers immediately sprang into action, unleashing a barrage of spells, but the monster simply absorbed them, its shadowy form growing larger and stronger with each attack. Students screamed and scattered in pure terror. Aero watched, his body shaking uncontrollably. Every instinct screamed at him to run, to hide, to disappear like he always did. Then it happened. A stray lightning spell, wild and uncontrolled, slammed into the ground right at his feet. The raw energy arced and licked across his arm. And in that instant, something ancient and dormant inside him woke up. Aero's eyes snapped open, no longer timid or fearful, but glowing with the brilliant, crackling light of copied lightning. Sparks swirled around him, a storm gathering in a boy who was supposed to be nothing. If you're enjoying this transformation, hit that subscribe button. Aero's awakening is about to explode. Like a storm given legs, Aero dashed forward. He stopped hiding. He stopped holding back. He copied everything he saw. Fire bursts from a panicked teacher, wind jets from a desperate senior, water barriers from a cowering student, earth spikes erupting from the ground. He even copied light beams so bright they seemed to split the air itself. The other students froze mid-panic, their terror shifting to disbelief. Combining that many elements at once was impossible. It was unnatural. It was illegal. But Aero didn't care. His body was starting to pay the price. Glowing fractures, like cracks in porcelain, began to spread across his skin. Using this much copied magic was killing him, and he knew it. Just then, the shadow beast slammed a massive tendril into him, driving him hard into the dirt. The world went silent. The sounds of battle faded away. As Aero's vision started to go dark, a voice whispered from the depths of his soul, "You were never meant to fear magic. You were born from it." Boom. A pulse of divine energy erupted from where Aero lay, so powerful it threw the shadow beast back. Aero rose slowly, floating, weightless against the dark sky. His hair lifted around his head, moved by a celestial wind that no one else could feel. Glowing runes, ancient and intricate, began to circle his body like orbiting planets. This wasn't copied magic. This wasn't human magic. This was his true form. A celestial bloodline, a power thought lost for centuries, awakening for the first time. It was a power no spellbook had ever recorded, a truth the Academy had tried to bury deep in its history, hoping it would be forgotten forever. He was no longer just a mirror. He was the light itself. The shadow beast shrieked in a mix of fury and fear as it charged him again. Aero simply extended a hand. Fire and wind answered his silent command, swirling together into a scorching inferno that engulfed the beast. He took a single step forward, and pillars of earth erupted from the ground, launching him skyward. As he spun in the air, spirals of water materialized around him, crackling and hissing with stolen lightning. The students and teachers could only stare, their mouths agape in terrified awe. He wasn't just copying their magic anymore. He was the source of it all. Then, for the final blow, he raised his hand one last time. A beam of pure, concentrated white energy crashed down from the heavens with a deafening roar. The monster was disintegrated instantly, leaving behind nothing but a drift of ashes and an echoing silence that hung heavy in the air. As the last echoes of the battle faded, Aero's true form dissolved into shimmering particles of light. He collapsed to his knees, exhausted but alive. The teachers rushed toward him, their faces a mixture of fear, confusion, and reverence. But no one spoke. No one dared. What could they say? They had no words for what they had just witnessed. They didn't know what he was now. The weakest boy in the entire academy, the boy they had all ignored and ridiculed, had just become something far beyond human. And this was only the beginning of his awakening.